Hello and welcome to Red Stain Radio, a Dead by Daylight podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Bryson, and I'm joined by one of my wonderful co-hosts, Stevie.
Hello everyone. Welcome.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good here.
Good to
Wonderful.
hear. This is episode 57, and we're reading and reacting to posts from the subreddit r/DeadByDaylightRAGE. Rage is in all caps. If you're not familiar with the subreddit, this is kind of a last minute topic, so bear with us. We'll kind of be reading some stuff from there and just live reacting. We've saved some posts, and it'll be fun, lighthearted, very chill episode. Before we get to that, we have some DBD news first. First, the community stream was last week on Thursday, which revealed some things about the upcoming PTB, like perk changes, the upcoming Grimoire chapter. We're not going to be discussing that this week because there's not really a point in discussing it until we have our hands on the PTB. We would just kind of be repeating ourselves. We got some ideas of what those perk changes are, and we got more details on the creation of the Grimoire chapter, but we just don't think it's all that worthwhile to talk about it when we know we're going to have more to talk about down the road, and especially concrete details. So stay tuned for that, which the BTB should be the first week of August. That should be August 4th. And then the chapter should release on August. Let me look at my calendar really quickly. August 25th. So end of August.
It's so fast. Real. It does not.
Yeah, right. Like we were just voting for, the concepts like last year. It's crazy.
And like they said, final round of voting this year. And I was like, oh, cool. Another year from now, maybe we'll see something on it.
Yeah, they're flying through it. And the concepts we've seen have looked incredible. I was
so lost. I was like, no. They don't have this. They do not have this put together.
Yeah. Oh, I hope it turns out well. And I hope it is as bug-free as possible. Fingers crossed. Although that's
how
never...
you mess it up. It's already close. Just deliver it past the finish line.
Absolutely. And I'm excited to see what those perks are because we have vague ideas, but not quite sure what. Okay. Second up, I want to mention Pride Twitch drops are available. You can go watch anyone on Twitch in the DVD category for 2 hours of any Twitch streamer in that category, starting from August 3rd to the 10th. Watch those 2 hours from anyone, and you'll get a Susie, David, and Aurella Pride banners. They look really cool. So if you want those, head over to Twitch on August 3rd, and that's until the 10th. And then finally, we have the Summer Screams event, which is actually taking place now. We're currently in Chaos Shuffle. That will go from today of recording, July 28th to August 4th. And then from August 4th to the 11th, we'll have Lights Out. And then from August 11th to the 18th, we will have 2v8. And the Beachside Massacre collection has some new cosmetics. It's got a V cosmetic and a Quan cosmetic that people are raving about because he's shirtless and he's in swim trunks. So,
boy, did he catch on, right? Like,
yeah,
it takes years for some characters to get the shirtless, fans rolling. Now, Quan Tae-young's just gonna come out the gate with the shirtless skin, and we had to wait how many years for Victoria to come out, and
yeah. So and like there's other characters that don't have shirtless skins at all, or they're like partially,
I'm gonna whine. I'm gonna rage about it. This is unfair.
Yeah, we'll rage about it later. How about that? That's all the DBD news we have for you. Again, we'll cover that PTB stuff when the PTB is out. No point in wasting our breath there. Next, we want to get into a listener email. We actually don't get these much anymore. However, this person has emailed 3 times, and I'm very sorry for this individual, Truman. You've emailed us 3 times. I failed to read off your first 2 emails. I apologize. I think I've responded to them. We never read them on the episode, so I really want to make sure I got this one on. So thank you, Truman, for emailing us. If anyone does want to email us, hit us up at redstainradio@gmail.com. We'll still look at those. I still look at those. We get them occasionally, like Truman sends, and we really appreciate it. I know we have a Discord. You can ask us questions there or in the comments of our YouTube or Spotify or whatever. But I always like to, promote the email once in a while. It's still there if you want it. So Truman, your email is actually kind of in two parts. I'm going to read the last half first, and this first part we'll get into later because it's regarding our tier list, which I think is really interesting. And we'll have more. I'll read the rest of that later on. But first off, regarding your most recent episode about killer anxiety, I'd like to thank you for the first wonderful episode and how this really helped me. I love how you guys address the topic on mental health and just have fun while playing the game, and you don't have to be worried about getting the 4K or hooking the Meg that keeps teabagging you. None of that matters, and it's good to remember that as you play, just have fun. Play for the silly part. I love to run the lore accurate builds because it's funny. It's just a video game. It's not the World Cup. Great way of putting it. You're not in a saw trap that you have to get a 4K or 5 gens at 5 gens, or else your head will explode. Just feel the moment and more of your friends, because like Bryson said, you'll both get a laugh out of it. Thank you so much for the amazing episodes. You guys always make me laugh and make me smile, and it's a great start to my morning. Keep up the good work. Your friend Truman. Thank you so much for those kind words, Truman.
Bingo.
I love your feedback there.
That's a good mindset to have.
It is. And we're actually probably going to get into a little bit more of like, don't take this game so seriously, or just be silly with it with some of these rage posts, which will be interesting, at least some of mine, at least. But yeah, thank you, Truman, so much. Again, we'll read your first half of the email later on in the tier list.
Oh, but that's good. That's good. I love Truman right now.
Yeah,
they're great
thank you,
so
Truman.
far.
And again, keep sending in emails. I know you said you're going to, so we're looking forward to it. Cool. Well, let's get to the topic of the show. Again, this wasn't our original topic, but we had to kind of change gears last minute. And yeah, I kind of came up with this at the, kind of down to the wire, and we're kind of reacting to, I was thinking of some other things. I was like, well, is there a weird subreddit out there regarding DBD? And I know there are
weird subreddits.
Yeah,
right?
There's a couple weird subreddits, or I guess however you want to see them. But I was like, are there ones we could read from that have regular content? And I found r/DeadByDaylightRAGE. And the reason I'm saying that is because rage is in all caps, which I think is hilarious.
They stylize it like that. Trust us. That's how
they do say it like that. And I want to quickly read, for a little heads up, I want to quickly read the description for the subreddit. Here it is. The entity feeds on suffering, and we are full course meals. Here, both killers and survivors rage in the fog. Share your DC-worthy moments of 5-gen tunnels and bully squads tormenting you with their sweaty survivor games. Teabagged at the gate, getting carried on hatch just for them to shut in your face and hump you. Yeah, we get it. So that's I guess that's kind of giving you some context of what this subreddit is. And me and CV have both saved some that we're just going to react. We're going to talk about a lot of different topics, ranging from like balancing and like killers and like, BMing and such. Yeah. Before we get into these, Stevie, were you aware of the subreddit before I brought it up?
No, I mean, like I figured something like this existed, and like I've seen the other, partner subreddits to the main Dead by Daylight subreddit, and something like Dead by Daylight Killers is frequently filled with rage. So I was like, oh, cool, that's where it exists. But this is, unilateral, bipartisan,
and
across
it's
the aisle.
Right?
It's distilled. No, you've just walked upon the toxic waste pump at the back of the oil factory.
Yeah, this is as refined as it gets.
Oh, yeah.
And what these posts normally, like if these posts were to go to the main subreddit, they'd probably be removed for low quality, things like that.
Low quality posts, inciting violence. They have their own subreddit rules too. So, they're following Reddit rules. They're not letting you witch hunt people. Same thing, no naming and shaming. A couple posts will get deleted for breaking their own rules, even if they're, still raging. I had a couple posts that I found and then went back and they were deleted by moderators. So I'm like, okay, those were rule breaking ones. That's how good they were.
Yeah. It'll be exciting to read these. Also want to caveat a couple things. One, some of my posts do have curse words. So if you're listening, like heavy cursing and stuff. So I know we cuss occasionally, but if you're listening to this out loud somewhere, maybe put in your earphones or something, or put the kids in the next room or something. Second, we don't necessarily endorse any of these feelings or these emotions on these topics. We're simply just sharing them and reacting to them. We'll give our own thoughts And yeah, and I'm not going to read off any usernames, so it's going to be pretty anonymous. And yeah, that's kind of how we'll go with this. Stevie,
Oh yeah.
do you want to start us off with the first one?
I could start us off.
Go for it.
I'll just say that these posts are from within like the last year. I'm not going to give you any more identifiable information. If you find the post, if you find the user, that's on you. I am not encouraging anyone to go find these people.
Well said.
That being said, here's my first one. Let me read this out correctly. It's in all caps just for the mental image. Survivors who are downed should not be able to escape. I fucking hate this fucking game. Loop, pallet, fucking trolling, body blocking. I'm over it. Fuck this stupid ass game. I worked wool fucking day. I just want to have a good time. Now, Bryce, do you agree?
Okay. Let's break it down. So the first point was survivors who are down should not be able to escape.
Yeah, that's the title.
Okay. I think that kind of breaks the game, but okay. And then something about looping and pallets is in there.
Yeah, loop, pallet, fucking trolling, body blocking. I'm over it. This stupid ass game. I worked wool fucking day. I just want to have a good time. So
okay.
Does that not do anything for you? Do you not feel for this individual? They just want to have. If they work wool fucking day.
DBD is not the game I wind down with. I don't know anyone who, first of all, if you're winding down with DBD, you are wired differently than I am. Because for me, winding down with a video game is usually a single player game that I can just chill to. It's not like a Dark Souls or a shooter, a competitive shooter. It's not DBD. It's like I'm playing like a cozy game, or I'm playing like a single player narrative driven game. It's not.
Oh yeah.
Like, first of all, if that's how you feel after a day off, maybe do the same or go for a walk or something. Like, that sounds rough.
I get it. Sometimes I'm in the mindset where I'm like, I need to let off steam. Let me show these survivors who's the boss.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, now I'm ready to dish it out, but I'm not. I'm not leaning back in my chair. I'm sitting up. I'm lurching forward like a shrimp. I'm like ready. Yeah. But survivors who are downed, I don't think it's that much of a layup. I think downing the survivor means the ball is in your hands now. You still have to drive it to the hoop.
Exactly.
There's still flashlights. Well, there's still interference. That was the simple one to get us started. Speaking of pure caps lock rage.
Yeah, some of these are all caps lock, which is so funny. Okay, speaking of flashlights, let's move into this one that I have saved. The title is LIGHTBORN is Mostly Useless. Okay? If you're smart enough to actually read this, thank you. Already starting off hot. If you're smart enough to actually read this, thank you. I'm a killer main since 2018, sometimes playing Survivor, and I think that there are so many counters to flashlights, like facing a wall, looking up, and even Franklin's demise. Even when I do get blinded, I can just use audio to find where survivors are going whenever I play a survivor, and only one of my teammates. Okay, maybe there's supposed to be a period in there. Okay, let me leave off.
There's usually supposed to be a lot of punctuation missing.
Yeah, some of these don't have punctuation, so I have to kind of parse this out. Okay, so, and even Franklin's demise, even when I don't get blinded, period, I can just use audio to find where survivors are going, period. Whenever I play Survivor and the only one of my teammates uses a flashlight, they'll just waste a perk slot for LIGHTBORN when they can be using anything else. All caps, just to clarify, I think it's okay to use against survivors just using flashlights. Okay, I think it's okay against survivors just using flashlights, but other than that, it's kind of useless. Isn't LIGHTBORN for survivors using flashlights?
I get it. I get it. They're like, it's useless if you're not using it against 4 survivors, but it's only kind of useless if you're using it against 1 survivor. They're just kind of like the water's wet.
Right. Yeah. They're kind of stating the obvious here. It's kind of like they're complaining that a killer would run LIGHTBORN when they're the only ones with a flashlight and they go for save, whereas comparatively, maybe you have a bully squad that has 4. It's like, oh, you won't put LIGHTBORN in there. But if you want to run LIGHTBORN. Like, even if none of the survivors don't have flashlights in the lobby, they could quickly switch in the end, right before it hits that 10-second mark, or they could find one in game, or they could have blast mine and you get blast mine, and then you see their aura, which is kind of a unique feature. But yeah, I thought this was just kind of funny. It's like, just to clarify, I think it's okay to use against survivors just using flashlights. Yeah, that's what it's used for. That's Lightborn. That's the purpose of Lightborn.
This is one that feels to me like it's a user who's not like visited the subreddit and posted after playing the game. This is an individual who's probably read the subreddit for a couple hours and then has decided to post in response to other posts. So in their head is swirling two different arguments of like, survivors suck, I always bring Lightborn, they keep bullying me, and then I never bring Lightborn, I just look at the wall. And then those two people are fighting. And then this guy's big brain is above it all. Like, this guy's big brain has seen two people fighting and says, what if there's two truths that I can hold? Yeah. What if it's more complicated?
And you mix them as well. And they do bring up a good point. If you're smart enough to actually read... Okay, not that part. That's not the point they have. I'm a killer. You can like face a wall and stuff to counter it. Sure, you can do that. You don't need Lightborn for that. However, there are times where that just isn't possible, right? Like maybe they're in the middle of a cornfield or just a wide open space. A wall is not going to save you. Or in some cases, certain walls like shack or some walls with like holes in them, you can still get flashlighted in them. So it's not really that much of a deterrence there either.
No, literally, bring flashlights if you like using them. Don't worry about Lightborn on the killer. You'll find out if they have it or not.
Yep.
Bring them without thinking about them. If you want to bring Lightborn without thinking about it, do it. If you like switching to Lightborn because you counted 2 to 4 flashlights, bingo. Feel smart in that choice, right? Like, you are making a decision about the match before the match even started. You're thinking ahead.
Yeah. Alrighty, on to the next one.
Oh, here we go. Okay. This one, it's a little more subdued. All right. I admit it. Behavior's nerfing Sprint Burst and Vigil because of me. I'm sorry, Survivor mains. You deserve to keep the perk strong, but the poor little killer mains would actually need skill to catch me. I made so many killer mains so mad for a decade now that they collectively got together and threw a temper tantrum until Behavior nerfed Sprint Burst and Vigil because it made me specifically way too OP. The perk combo was not actually overpowered. I just made it look like that way over 4.6k hours juicing enraged killer mains since 2016 and reminding them that they have a serious skill issue. They realized I did too much harm to entitled killer main egos and decided to coddle the angry little toddlers. But it really doesn't matter. They're going to stay mad even after nerfing a mediocre 2 perks into the ground because I'm just going to drop those meme perks for 2 other perks you will now use to make excuses for your serious skill issues. That includes perk like Resurgence, Decisive Strike, Plot Twist, Shoulder the Burden, Background Player, and We'll Make It, just to name a few. So you're still going to get multiple concussions and blackouts from me for at least 5 gens per match if you're lucky enough to queue against me and be forced to chase me because of how easy I make it look. I love this post.
Okay, who is that? Is that John Wick, Chuck Norris? Like, they're really like...
This is the Survivor. This is
him. That is the Survivor. Like that's
P100 Ace or whatever. P100 White.
Oh my god! Like with God speaking. Hat. Yeah,
no, literally, right. I am bowing down to this individual.
Oh my god! And the callouts for specific killer perks was hilarious.
Yeah, no notes. I mean, like this he's right for apologizing.
Oh my god, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, they discuss those in the community stream. We'll talk about them more in the PTB. But
I like it. I like a post like that because it feels he's a little above it, but like he's still nice enough to like give us a cringy ass post and
maybe being not all that serious. You know, like
Like this is how I talk when I play Survivor. I'm like, I'm first chase of the match, and I'm like, you dirty tunneler, but you know the rules.
Yeah. I'll get one pallet stud and I'll be like, I'm a god. Like that's
exactly. Right. Cower before me.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Here we go. I have several to choose from, y'all. Here's what I'll do. I'll choose I'll choose this one. Teabagging is a strategy. That's the title. Hear me out in all caps again. Just as much as tunneling and slugging, teabagging and taunting works. All caps. I've seen a lot of talk about penalties for it, especially with the judgment coming soon, but it works. I'm not talking excessive in your face, haha, you suck, I win, especially at the exit gate. I'm talking about mid game, mid chase, and especially to counter tunneling. I just had a match against Dracula who was tunneling at Dwight. I took a protection hit and gave him 3 bags and spent the rest of the match trying to tunnel me instead. It's very valid strategy to take chase and keep killers busy. And as annoying as it is, clicking a flashlight too. And yes, I do play both sides. And yes, killers get very butthurt over this. Mind you, all my posts have 0 upvotes, probably negative upvotes, but I can't see those. Yeah, what do you think about this?
Oh my gosh, like
Less of a rage, more of like a, I guess, a counterpoint.
This is somebody who's like felt the rage, right? This is somebody who's like, well, why wouldn't I get under your skin if that's my intention? And then they receive the hate. They receive, maybe that Dracula that they mentioned gets in their DMs afterwards, or if they're on PlayStation, or just is an endgame chat being a monster to them. And they kind of have to, they're not the one raging, but they're like, I've witnessed the rage.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, I think the 0 upvotes kind of tells you that like they understand that who they're talking to is like, give it to me. Give me a little bit more of that rage. I'm teabagging you from the title of this post right now.
Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, I think sometimes I have teabagged to taunt a killer, and of course, when I get down to then inevitably, typically, they'll do the teabags as well. But if I typically don't do it unless they have brought it on, such as hitting on hook or whatever, which I've had, or like doing really shitty things to other people. But yeah, this I get, but yeah, that's funny. They're probably not talking to the right crowd here, which is why there's no upvotes there.
It's interesting, right? I'd step onto a subreddit like this, and I'd expect it to be like, I don't know, a good mix of like, it's hard to pin down, but it's like a lot of people who are proud to be good at the game, but who understand exactly what's frustrating. And if you don't match their opinion on what's frustrating, or if you mention something that they've already gotten over, like they'll shit on you in the comments.
Yeah,
But I'm curious because like teabags are a valid strategy. I mean, sure. And then I'd be like, well, it slows you down. How is that valid?
right.
Just do the pallet stun and then point in their face while they're stunned. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, that's well said. Yeah. I don't think it's much of a strategy. It's more of like a BMing technique to taunt. So
yeah, and that's fine. Like, right, like if you're flaming the enemy team in like a MOBA, and then now the enemy team is like, stop talking to the enemy because now you're AFK typing and we hate you, and you're sitting there laughing because this guy is just slinging insults while getting killed over and over again, and you're like, okay. So sometimes you want to, tilt your opponent. Sun Tzu said this.
Oh god, that's good. Okay, go ahead with your next one.
I've got another one. Ooh. Yeah, here we go. When the killer gives up in AFKs and you use any means necessary to stun them, you deserve to never play against anyone but the sweatiest of nurses ever again. Why? Why would you do this? I don't get much BP when you go next and don't care. Then why should I wanted BP be an excuse? That's not why you did it. You didn't it because you're an asshole. Let me go next and just go.
Let me go next. Just go.
I mean, like, I see it, right? Like you're chasing this Meg, and then like they get you to the jungle gym, and then they stun you, and a gen pops, and you're like, fine, I'm just gonna take my hands off the keyboard. You guys can play. And then the Meg stands there, and she resets the palette, and she stuns you. And she stuns you, and you've taken your hands off the keyboard, and you can't give them the satisfaction of touching your keyboard again, but you can't move. You can't move, and she's just stunning you. And you're crying, and you can't go anywhere, and you're stuck. There's nothing you can do. You've already given up. You can't go anywhere. You're locked in, and she's doing it because she's an asshole. She didn't want BP. She's not thinking about the BP.
No, not at all.
Why would she do this?
I've seen a lot of clips of this before, to counter like killers vaulting the pallet, like
Right.
Legion or whatnot. I've also seen this in 2v8 with scouts being able to rebuild pallets. You'll stun
Wesker's
them.
about to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's
like,
about to get through
yeah.
Shack. You stun them with the Shack pallet, and then
Mm-hmm.
they break it, and then you go to rebuild it as the Wesker tries to dash, and he goes right through you, and then
Yeah, and then you stun him again. Like it's so funny, and I that would probably make me a little tilted, but that's so good.
it is interesting to me because I feel like if I wanted to give someone BP, this is the best way I'd do it. If I was a killer and I've decided like we're giving the survivors BP today, I would let them any means stun me over and over again. That's like 600 points every single time,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
a lot.
renewable. This individual probably just gave this Meg like, with a blood point offering, probably like 15,000 blood points for going AFK. Good job. Nobody else goes next like you, buddy.
Yeah, like sure. Go, yeah, like you really helped the survivor, that Meg specifically. That's good.
Like, you go AFK in the middle of a chase. Expect to come back to everyone in front of you pointing your nose and the end game collapse not even started. And if you want to AFK and go next, either DC and take the penalty or just find a corner somewhere and stare at that, make a coffee, grab a cigarette.
And or even just play at that point, just farm with the survivors. Like go around kicking gens, get those stuns. At a certain point you could probably 2-hook everybody. I've been there before. So
if you have a tricky killer power, just pretend the survivors aren't there. Just spend the rest of the match, doing tricks off of it. Figure out how your chainsaw works. Figure out how your axes work. But if you're gonna go AFK, at least just do it in the corner and actually leave the game. Don't just stop playing and staring at the screen, because you'll get a little more upset, and it'll be your own fault.
Okay, I'll read my next one. I thought I had one about a knight, but maybe I did not save that one, which is really unfortunate because it was hilarious. Okay, here is. Okay, here's one. Quote, killers with personality, unquote, is the dumbest propaganda bullshit I've ever heard. The only reason Bubba is, quote, beloved by survivors is because if you're not playing Slug or Basement, he's easy as shit to counter. Likewise, quote, killers with personality, tilted tongue out emoji 4 times, unquote. It's just Sables who suck at the game, expecting a killer to spare them for making a poor move. I ran into a wall that needs to be broken. You're toxic if you don't help me. In all caps, bitch, just admit it. You don't have map knowledge. I'm tired of people acting like the killer is forced to play by survival rules, and killers with personality is the worst of it. If you suck at the game and you get yourself killed putting your maxed out toolbox you try to gen rush with on the ground, won't make me spare you, nor will your dumbass running into a dead end make me break a wall for you.
This is interesting.
Yeah, like
because
this person is like is really does not like playing friendly with or having personality with, because like a lot of times it's like, okay, for those of you who don't know, if you're unfamiliar, you might have like a blight who like straight out of the gate is like sweating, maybe feels like they're sweating, and you're like, something happens and you try to be goofy and they just don't even acknowledge it. Like for example, they're reading, if you're running to a dead end, I'm not going to break the wall for you. So on Meat Plant, there's a potential to run past a pallet, throw the pallet, and then there's a metal door there and a breakable wall. Sometimes I've seen clips people have a flashlight or they point to the breakable wall for the killer. The killer breaks it and then they resume the chase rather than the killer taking them down. That kind of personality, this person obviously thinks that's propaganda in hopes of winning, which I think is really interesting.
It is. And I like when it's a killer player from the poster's perspective, I won't play nice. I won't give you the nice killer you want. But they're also talking about like when a survivor says that they like the killers with personality. So I'm very much like, they have seen a survivor enjoy the game and they want nothing to do with it. They've seen a survivor who maybe enjoyed a killer that still beat them and like was graceful in their victory and didn't rub it into the survivor's face, and the survivors appreciated that more than anything. Maybe they thought they could get a little more and they were like, well, maybe I can get a escape for free if I play nice and look cute. And you don't have to do that if you're a killer. If you have a personality, you can still get 4Ks every single time.
Yeah.
I think it's just not playing like a robot, like, right? Not just only looping in one specific way every time. But if you're trying new things, that's personality. If you're like aware of what's happening, that'll still come through as a personality. I think what's this individual, like this person has a personality when they play killer. If it comes through, it might be somebody who's a little more frustrated. I love a killer with personality, especially when they get frustrated. But like a killer with personality, they're enjoying the game, is a different visible thing. It lightens the mood. And I appreciate it more than anyone could ever know. And that's why I kind of give it. I like to give killer with personality as well.
Right. Like you don't, like you can absolutely go for a 4K and have that person, like, you know, you find someone in a corner and they're like looking up at you and their face is, and that stupid face is looking up at you in the, like right up in your camera. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna let you go and like move on. But then you kill them later. Like some things like that, or like something weird happens, like the shit versus ass moments where you swing, they dead hard, and then you look at each other. Like those parts are funny.
Exactly.
Like those
like
are
you
so
look
good.
at each other and then you just wait and you just wait. They go for the slow vault, you grab them and hook them, and like it's over. It's fine. You didn't give them the escape. Like you both had a nice little interaction. But like you make it what you want still.
Yeah, and I'd even say like letting a survivor get their glyph is a killer with personality. Not only personality, but respect in a way.
A killer with empathy, a killer with humanity.
Yeah,
with,
like
let's say
glyphs are annoying. If you got a glyph challenge and I see you as a survivor, and I've done it where I've downed somebody who was started a glyph, but I didn't know it by the time I had M1'd them and I downed them. I was like, oh shit, well, I'm gonna pick you up, drop you so you can get your glyph, and then I'll down you again. I've done that before. So
no, right? Like you just spent a whole extra 45 seconds just because that person might have to spend a whole nother 20 minutes finding the match where this is possible.
Yeah, some glyphs are really, like green glyphs are really annoying. You usually get like them in bulk. It's stupid. So anytime
green glyphs are one that I also, if little side tangent, you say awful. If you cleanse a green glyph, I think you get like 1,500 points. But if you cleanse the second green glyph in a match, you get like 3,000 points. And if you cleanse the third green glyph, you get like 40, like 500, whatever. It like keeps stacking for each green glyph you've done in the match. So sometimes, like if I'm playing killer and like we get to the end game and I've got a green glyph challenge on, y'all are all going. I have to just sweep the map.
Do it.
Like green glyphs are my favorite. They just have best bullet points.
In that case, I would recommend doing green glyphs in 2v8 because there's going to be more spawns.
Oh, that's so real. That's pretty real.
Yeah.
And then you can really do that as Survivor because now you have 7 people taking heat and you can just run around. There's no totems anyway. So
and you're likely going to get to in-game so you can see the auras as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little tip there for you, I guess.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyway, that's killers with personality being stupid.
What did
bullshit
I say
propaganda.
I hate them.
I hate them.
I've got one for you.
Go for it.
Back to the all capitals. Bully nerf. Bully squads need a hard effing nerf. The more a killer gets stunned / flashed should cause an immunity. I should not be bullied to effing quit a match because of endless stun and flashing, and no, I should not have to use 2 to 3 perks to prevent this shit. All bully perks need way harder requirements. Flashbang should not be as easy as it is to use. 80% gen requirement. Head-on should cause exhausted way longer and take more than 3 measly seconds.
Okay, so
It's
one under
good.
bully squads. Yeah, that's
They
good.
want nerf bully squads, but then they mention the head-on flashbang combo, which can be done by one person. So I'm
Yeah,
curious if this is a bully squad or just one person.
one solo queue
Just
person is
one
just
solo queue
wrecking
individual.
them.
Yeah.
Which head on does not. The exhaustion on head on is not that long. I actually had it earlier today on Chaos Shuffle.
It's 40 seconds. It's short.
Yeah, it's short, but it's kind of easy to bait out head on. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't think it's that difficult to bait on, and
there's a thing to it of like the survivor can only go so far within the stun, right? Like if somebody stuns you at a loop, they have to go to the next safe loop, or they have to go to the window on the other side of the loop. If they stun you at a locker and there's nothing nearby, you can follow them pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But the flashbang, I get it. Like, right, you're blind immediately after. You shouldn't have to use 2 to 3 perks to LIGHTBORN's one perk.
Yeah. I mean, you can't counter head on with a perk.
No, literally, you can't.
LIGHTBORN's really your only
if
choice.
You get flashed and stunned too much, should you get an immunity? They spelled it with a couple M's and U's. But...
immunity? No, I don't think. Just run LIGHTBORN.
Yeah. This isn't like, I don't know, when I'm playing like super battle golf with my friends and I get stunned and hit too many times and I'm like in last place and I'm crying my ass off, then I want an immunity.
Yeah.
But I'm the killer. I don't need an immunity.
Yeah, and I mean, head-on stuns are just like, you can avoid those. You just got to be smart about it.
The hitbox is goofy big, but they only have one chance to hit you with the stun. And if they miss it, you can swing.
Well said. I really want to find this. Hold on, maybe it's on my phone. This night one was really, really funny.
Oh, no, that sounds good. The one I found that was like a specific killer was like somebody playing the pig, and they very much described it. I couldn't find it again because the post got deleted. It's unfortunate, right? Like I had after I saw the first batch of posts I had saved, got like half of them deleted for violating rules. I was like, okay, I need to be a little more careful. I sorted the subreddit by controversial, which used to be like a default sorting option on Reddit, but you can still find it. Controversial basically sorts posts by like equal numbers of upvotes and downvotes. So it's looking for posts that specifically have stayed at like 0, 1, 2, or 3 upvotes, because every time it gets upvoted, it gets downvoted. Or every time it gets downvoted, only a few people upvote it. These posts usually don't last long, but the ones I did find were kind of like the cream of the crop that have been sticking around.
I found it.
You got your night post. Thank goodness.
Yeah. It's called Anybody Who Plays the Night is Extremely Annoying. I'm sorry, Maddie. Poor Maddie. Okay, here it goes. They're so lazy, they need 3 little minions to do half their work for them. Added by the fact that they're always just insufferable, using one of those minions to camp hooks. They're always sweaty because they've got nothing better to do with their lives. They make games miserable for every survivor they play against. I also hold these opinions about people who play Ghoul. Idiots who rely on free first hits to play the game. I pray that this isn't an opinion only held by me. We appreciate other people's opinions to killers. This has 0 upvotes and 45 comments. The first comment being, I think the night is cool.
I think the night is cool.
3 little minions. They're so lazy they need 3 little minions. What do you think about that, CB?
I mean, if I could have my 3 friends in the fog, I'd take my 3 friends, my 3 best buddies. What?
Right? They're just having a good time.
It's just, do you hear how much they laugh?
They do laugh a lot, and they're having a good time when they more at you too.
No, literally, they're just like laughing at you unfazed, and you're mad that they have their friends.
Yeah, this sounds like it's from maybe I don't want to judge, but it sounds like maybe they're new. Night is a noob stomper for sure. They say something about camping hooks with a minion. Quick tip here for those of you play Night: if you get caught by a minion and you're near a hook, go for the unhook. As soon as you start unhook, that minion will disappear. Just a little tip
Yeah,
there.
they'll just stop in their tracks
Anytime.
and despawn.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a little tip for you. So even if they're camping hook, just run in, get caught, and then go for the unhook. They'll disappear immediately. I thought there was 3 little minions lazy. Do you like playing as Knight or against the Knight? Do you have an opinion?
I'm like a fan of the Knight aesthetically, his skins, his lore. Playing against him is fine. I wouldn't want to play the Knight. I
Yeah.
think at his current state, he's not the like bread and butter, you just drop a guard, you win a loop. He's very much you're putting your guard across the map so you can have map knowledge while you organize getting the survivors off gens in another part of the map. It's a lot more macro knowledge. I'm a fan of stuff like that and I appreciate it. So it's fun when I'm against a Knight because it's a lot of like, oh, how do I literally cross the entire map to get away from both him and his guard? Because, you know, he's cut off 2 different sides of the map. I like that. I like having to travel long distances to beat the killer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little unintuitive for some people where it's like, okay, now I am just stuck with a guard for 10-15 seconds while I run in a circle, or how do I plan a loop to dodge 2 killers when one of them is just like trying to cut me off the whole time? It's tricky. It's tricky, but it like gets my brain working and I like it.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Yeah, he usually tries like the pincer maneuver. Like
exactly, right.
He'll drop the guard on one side of you and then he'll come in from the other side. Not to get 2 hits, although sometimes he may, mostly just to get 1 hit and then do that again. That's kind of the loop there. So
right, and then
cool.
and then it becomes like a game of, oh, can I get close enough to him to make the guard run out faster but not lose the chase against him to get hit before I can circle back and get the banner? Or it's a lot, but I get it. You're new and you just saw the guard on a hook and you heard the screaming noise and you ran and you got hit twice.
Yeah. The Knight is not being lazy. That is his entire ability. He has nothing else going for him. Let him have his 3 friends. I know. He has nothing else going for him. Alrighty, Stevie, your next one.
I hit you with my final one.
Yeah, go for it.
Title. Why do so many killers shake their head no after a normal survivor action? This happens almost every game. Commit to a gen, killer shakes head. Hit dead hard, killer shakes head. Are y'all okay? Like, what does it fucking mean that you shake your head no after anything the survivor does? I'm sorry. I guess we're just supposed to kill ourselves then. It's often the same killers who hit on hook and send abuse in endgame chat. It's also never after any teabags, flashy stuns, etc. Just mundane chases or action. WTF.
Okay, I get part of it. The head shaking can be annoying sometimes. It's funny that they mentioned, what does it mean? What do the numbers mean, Mason?
Yeah, right.
I don't know if anyone gets that.
Mean you shake
What
your
is
head
it?
no
What do the
after
numbers
everything.
mean, Mason?
Mason.
Oh, that's so good.
I guess we're just supposed to kill ourselves then.
Yeah, I can't it's like, yeah, that's why they're shaking their heads. Like, yes, it's hitting dead hard. Interesting. Like maybe failing to hit dead hard is my guess. I don't think they'd shake their head when they successfully did it. That seems to counter.
Like that'd be a frustrating thing, right? Like that'd
Right,
be no, I put you in deep wounds. Erg, you.
I will typically shake my head if there are survivors at the end game or at the gate and they're teabagging, and I'll just shake my head in acknowledgement and then walk off or hit them out or whatever. Or I will shake my head at someone who was BMing me first and then I down them or whatever, I don't know, or bully squad, but not typical actions like committing to a gen or getting a pallet stun. That seems weird.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I see it a little bit like, right. Like you respect a pallet and you're feeling good about yourself and you're like nodding up and down and like, I'll do it if I know that the survivor's looking at me, right? Like if I see somebody's looking back behind me, half of my brain is like they have dead hard. And then the other half of my brain is like, if you do something crazy, you could give them some nodders and they'd probably see it. So like I'll do that. Like I'll moonwalk some tile and then I'll hit them and then I'll just spam the nod.
Mhm.
It feels like I'm being toxic, but I don't have any other way to say nice chase, good job, you did good. What am I
Right.
supposed to do? Like swing at the air and waste 4 seconds? No, I'm just going to give you a quick few nods. I'm going to shake my head. But I
Yeah,
see it,
killers
right?
need an
Like,
emote. They need an emoticon or a. They need a. What?
right?
What is? What am I trying to think of? Not an
Do you want like an emote wheel?
emote. Okay, that's what
Fortnite dances.
that's what I said first. Yeah, an emote. Yeah, maybe just like I don't know, like thumbs up. I don't know.
It's interesting, right? Because I personally I was like, well, I should just be nodding. Some killers look really cute nodding. And I've had some matches where like a streamer ends up getting in like a, standoff with me and we're both nodding and being cute and it looks great on their end. But I'm baffled. I like the idea of like this happens almost every game. And also it's often the killers who are hitting on hook and it's like, okay, how often are you getting hit on hook? How often are killers actively like trying to interact with you?
Yeah, some people. It's funny because some people will bring up their experience with games, like getting hit on hook every game,
Yeah.
getting those nods every game. The other day, I saw a post about someone getting like 12 Jasons in a row, like this week, which is
Believable.
I barely see Jason anymore, but is believable on certain MMR. But I'm like, what MMR, what server, or what? Maybe it's part of the world you're in that could also play a role. But like, it's crazy to me how different my games are compared to other people's games and their experiences. So yeah, like sometimes I rarely see tunneling and camping in my matches, whereas some people see it in every match. And so not to say I'm in a different MMR bracket, we probably are, but that may have some influence there, along with the time of day you're playing, the servers
Right.
you're on, etc.
Like if this is a sample size in this individual's head of one match where one person shook their head and hit them on hook over and over again.
Right. And that's where you get into like people are inflating it, and it's like, oh, you had a really bad experience that maybe impacted you emotionally and it lingered with you after you logged off. And so now you're just making this post to, I don't know, feel something.
Yeah. And like I will say, like, in my mind, if somebody's going to be toxic in a match and like they're given like 6 opportunities to be toxic in one or another ways, I will find that like out of 10 games, no one will take that chance. But then like one of those 10 games will have a killer trying to hit all 6 of those notes, or like trying their best to only do the toxic thing because they know that also gets under survivor skins. So like it's like that where for everything that somebody could be doing, there's only one person who's actually trying to get under your skin, shaking their head. There's only one person who's trying to rage at you in endgame collapse or endgame chat. Why EGC is
both?
why do we have two?
EGCs.
Why do we have 2 acronyms that are EGC? I'm on Day by Daylight Rage right now.
Rage. Oh, that's well said. Yeah, there are those people who will hit that checklist and go down it. So
exactly.
Okay, I have a somewhat relevant one, and that being, why does Chaos Shuffle give survivors meta perks and killer gets dog water perks? So Chaos Shuffle is currently happening, and you could probably guess this is somewhat of a recent post. I've played 5 matches of Chaos Shuffle during the event so far, and I have seen 4 sprint bursts, 2 balanced landing, 3 lithe, 3 vigil, 2 iron will, 3 resurgence, 2 decisive strike, 2 overzealous. While not meta, it showed up when I got hex totems, and the shitty ones at that. And survivors can bring whatever item they want. 8 out of my 10 matches, at least 2 people had toolboxes with wire spool and socket swivels like why. Okay, there are no periods in this if you weren't aware. So
you only
like,
just realized.
Why aren't the items and add-ons randomized like 3 killer add-ons are? Like the killer add-ons are, excuse me, not 3. Meanwhile, the closest thing I get to good perk was barbecue and chili while playing pig on Ormond. Like, this is a sick joke behavior. Are killers the punchline and survivors the audience? What the fuck is this? You can't tell me this shit is randomized, at least not in a way that doesn't benefit survivor and fuck over killer even more.
Well,
Stevie, is this you?
Pass the controller a little, bro. You give me barbecue and pig. I'm crushing Ormond. That's nothing to me, right? Man.
You're not leveraging what behavior is giving you.
They freaking gave me nowhere to hide on Blight. I hate this game. It's not like any of these perks work.
Let's go. 4 sprint bursts, 2 balanced landing, 3 lithe, 3 vigil, 2 iron will, 3 resurgence, 2 decisive strike, 2 overzealous. While not meta, it only showed up when I got hex totems and the shitty ones at that.
And this is over what? Their 7 games?
They played 5 matches.
They played 5 matches with 12 perks on the survivors on each side. So that's coming out to 60 total perks that they saw. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I'll say, like, that's a lot of exhaustion perks. But I don't think that they probably noticed, like, the 1 or 2 games where, like,
they had shit perks with them.
Yeah, the guy had tenacity sprint burst, or the guy who had balanced also had sprint burst, or the guy who had overzealous also had calm spirit, or like so it's little things. Like you can point these little things, but like it's not a synergistic build you're going up against. It's chaos shuffle.
Yeah, they also contradict themselves. They say I've played 5 matches of chaos shuffle, and then later on they say survivors can bring whatever they want. 8 out of my 10 matches, at least 2 people had toolboxes. Brother, you've not even played 8. You've not even played 10 matches. How is that?
Complaining about Chaos Shuffle and I'm playing the regular 1v4. I keep bringing random perks and the survivors aren't doing it either.
Yeah, they're on the tome challenge that randomizes.
Yeah, they're on the remix challenge.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, you bring up a great point. Like, that you could have had 4 sprint bursts, but what else are you running with that? Did someone have no mither? Did someone have, self-care? Like, self-care is an okay perk, but did they have boons or whatnot? Like, most of the perks you're going to get in cash off, you're probably not going to get a lot of value out of. And if you do, it might be a niche value, but occasionally you're going to have a somewhat okay build, right? And even then you're kind of stitching them together and jumping through hoops to get them activated or to get them working correctly. So I don't know. And I know last Chaos Shuffle, they removed some perks for both sides. Like on the survivor side, it was like Unbreakable, and I think Plot Twist was maybe one of them. Like some like slug oriented ones, and then Killer had some that were out as well. I don't know if that's the case this time around. It's only a week.
Totally see that. Like it makes sense to kind of pick and choose a few outlier perks that like normally would show up and be fine in a game, but I think in a Chaos Shuffle should just kind of be either like a very slim chance. And likewise, I think there's a couple perks that could do with like upping their chance of getting picked so that you at least get one of them, but I don't think that that's even like worth considering at this point. I don't think that we have enough perks for that to be the case.
Yeah. Does Killer get to pick their add-ons, or are those
I don't randomized? I'm not sure. You used to be able to, or were you blocked from add-ons?
I don't remember if they randomized that this time. I didn't play Killer tonight, so I don't remember, but maybe. I think it was randomized, now that I think about it.
That's our sign to go play Chaos Shuffle.
Yeah, well, I think I will jump in a few games after this, but okay. I want to share one more. I know you're
I'm
out. Let's see here. It's a little of a lengthy one, but I think it will be good. Okay. In all caps, the whole post is in all caps, which is going to make reading it easier. But just imagine this person is angry. Like steam is coming out of their ears. Angry. Okay. Title: Weekend solo queue games are so fucking shit. This person's flair in the subreddit too is clowns jelly belly physics. I'll just add a little more context there. Okay, here we go. Game 1, my teammates are just farming each other off hook, and we have 1 out and 2 on 2-on-2 hook with 1 gen done. Guess who did the gen? Guess who got accused of raiding because they were on the actual fucking objective?
Ratting.
Oh, ratting. Sorry,
Ratting,
my bad.
right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like trying to.
That's why dyslexia there coming into play. Game 2. Claudette gives up because wah it's a ghoul, wah baby rage. I mean, sure, it's fucking brain dead Bam, dissolution ghoul, who's clearly not skilled enough to play without them, but holy fuck, I just looped this animal for 4 gens. If you didn't drop every pallet you could in the game before you DC'd, it would have been 5. So they did just mention Claudette, but they were referring to Ghoul with this sentence, just to clarify. The fucking ape humped my body after he downed me, as well as if it wasn't the fucking no-ed 5% that finally gave him the push he needed to stop whiffing every swing. Game 3. Trio Squad decided to sandbag me till I'm miserable as fuck. The kissless nemesis decides to fucking team with them and join in because I guess it's the first time in his scumfuck life he's ever been included in anything. I fucking hate this game, but I'm too much of an addict to stop. And there's an edit. Game 4. The saga continues.
They keep playing.
First of all, y'all, 3 games. If you have 3 really bad games in a row, take a break. That is the rule. That is the rule you should set yourself. That's the rule I set myself. 3 bad games, take a break. Anyway, back to the rant. We almost had 4 out until Felix wanted to go back and taunt the killer. Billy on RPD, by the way. What a great achievement surviving against that. A little sarcasm there. Goes down hooked in basement. Team wants to go save him, except Nia's dumbass opens the door before he's hooked. So I book up before any chance of a blood warden. P100 Nia, by the way. 0 reason to fucking open the door, by the way. 0 reason to go back and teabag in front of a fucking Billy on fucking RPD of all maps, by the way. Holy brain death. Holy brain death. Again, all caps. This person needs a break from
like
solo queue.
Big reset. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you need to find some folks to play with. Also, P100s means nothing in terms of skill. It's just the amount of time you put into the game at this point. P100s have been a thing for quite a while. It means nothing of skill. Crazy.
And it's a lot. Like I like that last match especially because they are just weak by the end of it. Mm-hmm. Maybe they got flamed at the end. Maybe that Nia is the one they're talking about who was like, dude, why didn't we go save Felix? Maybe we could have done it. But like, I agree with you there. It's a basement hook on a Billy on RPD. Yeah. You just shouldn't.
Get 3 out. Don't worry about Felix.
This is somebody who I'm like, you're right. No, like you've felt it, buddy. You had the 3 worst matches of the day and you went in for a 4th. You're stronger than me.
Yeah. And for more context, none of the other posts I read had any upvotes. This one has 8. Right? 8 upvotes and 2 comments. So there were some people who resonated with this individual.
That's a sweet spot.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's all we have for you all with Dead by Daylight Rage. If you like that, let us know, and we'll maybe do that another time. Because again, I think that will be a limitless supply of content there. That subreddit. So
right,
that'll be interesting.
Thank y'all for joining the cortisol maxing.
Oh my gosh! But again, like, if you're not having fun with DBD and you're raging, take a break. Just take a break. It's okay. You're not going to miss anything. Lights Out will come back. Chaos Shuffle will come back. It will all come back. It's okay. Just take a break.
Yeah, you never have to tell yourself, I'm quitting the game I love. You just got to say, I'm taking a break. Yeah. Extended or short.
Awesome. Well, let's get into Red Stain Radio's killer tier list before we close out, y'all. If you're unfamiliar, each week we are adding a killer to the Red Stain Radio's official killer tier list. And we have our list here as it currently exists. We have 5 tiers, S, A, B, C, and D. Nurse is at S all by herself. A, Hillbilly and Spirit. B, Shape, Huntress, Nightmare, Wraith, Cannibal. C, Pig, Dr. Clown, Hag. And D is and Trapper is D by himself. He is D tier, unfortunately. This week we are adding the Legion. And like I said at the top of the show, Truman had something referring to this part of the episode. So I will actually read that after
they were
reveal.
anticipating us reading that
They
before
were,
this episode, weren't they?
So
Lovely.
good on you, Truman, for checking the, I guess, the schedule or keeping up with the release. That's awesome. We'll give our thoughts first, and then I'll kind of read Truman's little beginning of his email. So are you ready, Stevie?
I am. We're placing the Legion.
The Legion on our tier list. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
C tier.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear. For me, a glorified, I would say even just a glorified M1 killer, right?
Yeah.
Like they have somewhat of a movement ability, not something that makes an impact on, I think, map pressure. And they have some good add-ons, but this is kind of just talking about them flat on. Not a lot great at applying pressure and pretty easy to counter.
Yes. I say like their strengths lay mostly in you're using their power as slowdown. You right click, and then if you left click on a survivor, that survivor is now more than injured. They are deep wounded. Treat this as just like an extended reset. They now have to either play safe and get healed or at least just mend before doing a gen. You've bought yourself at least 10 seconds. This is kind of how the character works. You are going around the map and trying to delay every single survivor by 10 seconds so that you can kill a survivor within 10 seconds. This loop kind of falls apart if you can't down a survivor in like 10, 15, 20 seconds. If you've injured every survivor and you've stopped your power and you weren't able to get like the insta down that they give you for getting 5 frenzy hits, but let's say you've injured every survivor, now you are an M1 killer. Now your fundamentals must shine. And I think that a killer like that is kind of pigeonholed to at least below B tier. I think you need a power that can kill people if you want to be above B tier. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't Feral Frenzy, even if you enter Feral Frenzy, the hit is still considered M1, right?
No.
Or is that a special attack?
It's a special attack, yeah.
Still a special attack? Okay.
Yeah, like, yes, you're right clicking and then M1ing, but it is a special attack. It won't down with insta down. It won't apply sloppy butcher. It won't, things like that.
Yeah. I've always joked that Legion just makes you more wounded, which is true.
Yeah, exactly. You're wounded. That's the plus. Power.
Yeah, right. And a lot of people don't like that. I want to read Truman's first half of their email. I'm back for my 3rd email, and this probably won't be the last time I message you guys. I expect a lot more down the pipeline. Please send any you'd like. We'd love to have them. And anyone else, you can email us, redstainradio@gmail.com. Expect a lot more down the pipeline, especially since next episode you guys are ranking the Legion. I would like to join in on this and give my personal opinions on where they should be ranked. Low C tier. As a Legion main, I'll admit that he sucks. If you're willing to take a hit and protect the 4th guy like he's $1 million, then you'll be good to go. Spread out and just don't heal. He is forced to chase you. We chillin', in all caps. Camp pallets, hide in lockers. Although maybe don't hide in lockers because they do get killer instinct, and they do see that through lockers. But if you have that on, maybe hide in lockers. You can knock them out of it. I know it sounds dumb, but as a hardcore Legion main, we can't do anything. This might even go down with our poor lonely boy Trapper down in D tier. It's sad but true. That's my comfort killer, and my favorite killer is down in the bottom. Well said, Truman, and thank you for being objective about your favorite killer. The last thing we have to figure out is where they are in that C tier. We have Pig. This is in descending order. Pig, Dr. Clown, Hag.
Okay.
I'm at the bottom, right? That's what I would put him.
I think right above Hag, like at the bottom, but not
right
not
above
that
Hag.
far, not that far down. I think the Legion has something on Hag.
Okay. I agree with that. Hag has a lot of setup time, and Legion can just like really
Hag
get
has a
into
lot
it.
of setup time, but like inversely, a slow game could still be a Hag's detriment. You know, like if the survivors are playing too fast, they can beat the Hag. If they're playing slow enough, they can beat the Hag. If the survivors are playing too slow, they lose to the Legion.
Yeah,
I just say that.
cool. Legion fits between Hag and Clown in C tier. And Truman, again, thank you so much for your email. Send all the emails you would like. And again, folks, if you're listening or watching, you can email us redstainradio@gmail.com. That's all we have for you this week. I hope you liked this format. This is something kind of new. If you liked it, let us know. If you didn't like it, let us know. We won't do it if many of you disliked it. I know it was a lot of like negativity in terms of the post, but I think we kept it very lighthearted and fun and enjoyable, which I think was the objective going in. And I think we stuck to that, which I think is a good thing.
And it's nice. It feels like a Am I the Asshole DBD edition.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought of that when I was kind of coming up with an idea very quickly. It was like, that seems to be perfect. And maybe if there's another subreddit out there, or if you want us to read like comments on other YouTube channels, or we could go that direction too, just let us know in the comments. There's a lot of flexibility here in terms of where we read DBD opinions that aren't ours.
Yeah, right.
So we
like
kind of
tip
give
us
our own.
off. I know
Yeah,
the
let us know.
Steam forums is a cesspool. We could spend time digging
yeah.
into
Yeah. Oh God, the Steam community forums
unmoderated
are
too.
rough. Yeah.
Ooh,
that's good.
Very
I need to go peek in there when I want to laugh, I guess. Cool. Well, let us know what you all think in the comments. We really appreciate it. Or the Discord. We do have a Discord, which you can join by the link in the description. You can just follow us on all the socials. Find those links in the description as well. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Stevie, for being here. It was a great chatting with you. Thank you, listeners and viewers. And we'll see you in the fog next week.